Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Rahima Allen and John Allen. Mr. and Mrs. Allen, you have been married 6 years and you have 3 children together. You do not want to be married anymore. Mrs. Allen, you are seeking transitional support, which we will discuss later on. Before we do, however, I'm going to start with Mr. Allen and ask you to tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in divorce court today.
Okay, well, we're here today because me and my wife, we had kids early, so we had a plan. Our plan was to build a strong, firm family,
Right.
I had my job and make ends meet, and I pursue my music. She was gonna go to school. When she went to school, go to school, pursue what she wanted to do, and we supposed to bring it together and make us have a strong, wealthy family so we can, be happy.
Okay.
That was our plan.
Well, I'm glad you had a plan. Most people don't have a plan. I said that's very good. What happened to the plan? What went wrong?
The plan, well, she finished her school, but she didn't finish her intern. She went to school for a year, and I didn't even want her to go to school. I want her to get a job like I got a job so we can both make money and bring it in the house. But she didn't want to do that because she didn't want to have a whack job, minimum wage, and all that stuff. I understood that, so she went to school.
But she didn't finish.
Right, she finished her school, but she didn't do her intern.
But he put me through a lot of stress. That's why
Well, tell me about the stress he put you through.
I was just going through a lot of stuff. Like at the time, we had our kids, and then I was going to school, and I wasn't being able to get a lot of sleep like I wanted. It was hard.
Too much going on, and you felt like you were holding it all up.
Yeah, and then, shortly after that, I found out, I was pregnant with my son and everything. So he's just super controlling. That's his problem.
Judge, you're gonna need a whole bag of baby wipes because she's full of crap.
No,
the only reason she didn't finish her internship is because she was partying and drinking. She was always
going out. Give me an
out.
example of the kind of partying you're talking about.
Going out to the clubs with her friends. Her friends, she only got friends that go to the club with her.
And I don't even have friends because of him.
Exactly my point. They ain't her friends, but she going out to the club with them. You know what I'm saying? One time she went out, right, with her friend, right? Her friend calls me. I'm upstairs with the kids, as usual. It was a guy. Slipped something in her drink, right? She's finna get in the car. The dude tried to get in the car. They got to the house. Her friend calls me up on the phone like, you need to come downstairs and get your wife. She all messed up and all that stuff.
Okay,
I go downstairs.
Keywords.
She slouched up. She slouched up in the back seat. Okay, that's your fault.
Okay.
Somebody put something up in your drink. You grown woman, get responsible. Ain't no accidents when it comes to you going to clubs. You know what? It's 2012. Look, if somebody slips something up in your drink, that means you slipping. You don't need to.
Nah, I wouldn't say all of that, but that's one of my biggest fears, bro. That's one of my biggest fears. I don't think there's nothing wrong with going out and having a good time. Where was our friends at? Where was our friends at? Why was you talking to him? Why was you talking to him? We just seemed to skip past that part right there. He had to get close enough. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Unless he pulled a drive-by and put something in there. But either way, that's one of my biggest fears. That's one of my biggest fears, because then you're useless. Not useless, sorry, ladies, I apologize. Not useless, but you're guard down. So I get what he's saying about being on point and all of that, but I don't know what she can say. I don't like that. Safety is number one. Safety is always number one. I'm not saying don't have fun, but I need you to come back.
Be going out to clubs if you slipping like that.
Ms. Allen, why don't you tell me how you say he's controlling?
Hold on, Judge, hold on.
No, I'm gonna get back to you. Give me some examples.
He's controlling because one time I told him I had to go to work. Nah, bitch, you ain't gotta go to work. You ain't going to work. I'm like, yes, I have to go to work. So I work at a fashion store, so I have to get dressed up pretty nice. So he thinking I ain't going to work. I go out to the car, getting ready to get into the car. I see the tires on flat. He must have flattened the tires.
Did you flatten the tires so she couldn't
probably did. But I want to go back to
Your Honor. Okay, so I went to a passion party, which is pretty much like, an adult party where, you find out, you find out about little toys and adventures and stuff like that. It was really fun. We really enjoyed ourselves. It was like a ladies' night out. I had a lot to drink. I'm not gonna lie. I came home, so I went in the next room, turned up the music. So I'm just, dancing, just moving around, having a good time. My girls come in there, they dancing with me. I just happened to get up on the chair by our kitchen table, get on the chair, and I'm just like,
you just happened to get up on the chair.
Yeah, I was still feeling my drinks. I must have still been tipsy, still kind of. So I get on the chair. I'm not, doing anything wrong. I'm just kind of grooving to the music.
Dancing on the furniture.
Yeah, I'm just goofing around. So he come in with his phone trying to record me. I'm like, oh, okay, talking. Look at her on the chair dancing. Blah, 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 blah. I'm at home. I can do what I want at home. Okay, so I see him recording. I'm like, okay, you want to record me? I'm gonna moon you. So I get ready to, moon him. I didn't pull it all the way down, just halfway. He like, get down. He like, my brother saw you. My brother saw you, and then he just blew up. I showed you blow up. I was everything. Now you want my brother. Now you shaking it for my brother, huh? Oh, it's like that. I'm like,
I didn't mean that stuff.
Mr. Allen, let me ask you this. You snapped. I mean, because you wanted
This is why I snapped, Judge. Look, Judge, I've been telling her that I didn't want to be married no more. I've been telling her this because I wasn't happy. Okay, she came to me one day and she was like, well, if you don't want to be married no more, then look, I'm going to move out of town with the kids and all that stuff. That was an ultimatum right there. I'm like, okay, well, she left with the kid before, my shorty before, and I brought her back. And I was like, okay, we're gonna work this out, come back home. You know what I'm saying? Because I miss my kid, Okay. And I left her again. And then I got back with her and stuff like that. But the reason I told her that I didn't want to be married no more, that I was not happy and stuff like that, and I wasn't happy. That's what it was. But she didn't care.
Okay. No. Hang on. Now, what is your response? No. You've said enough. What is your response to that? Had he been telling you he was unhappy? Do you know what he was unhappy about?
Well, no, he was telling me he was mad about stuff that he couldn't get over or whatever, but it wasn't never none. And yeah, he was saying, oh, okay, we ain't together, but yet you still sleeping in a bed with me. You still sleeping with me. You still, live here. I feel like if you don't want to be with me no more and you want a separation or whatever, then go. He just can't get over stuff.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. If you say that you done, you gotta be done. It ain't no, we working on breaking up. We at day 3 of broken up, and I still miss the way you sleep under the cup. None of that, bro. So I agree with her. I agree with her on that. But I also have to say, you only gotta tell me one time. If he told you 4, 5, 7 times and he ain't want to be with you, but he's still with you, then take the sign. Take the writing on the wall. That's my best advice for you. I don't know how old they are. They both seem like they're young. And with the whole, what was that? The poll and all of that situation. I get what he's saying. But ultimately, bro, she was just trying to have fun. She was feeling herself. Let her feel herself, whatever. My thing with it is, it's a time and a place. Holler at her about that tomorrow afternoon when you wake up. Not in the morning or the next day or something, then slide it past her or something. But we gotta chill, fellas. We gotta be cool. Keep it cool. We lose out on a lot. By just simply not being cool. Just keep it cool. You ain't gotta lose your cool. Yeah, man, you see a girl up there damn, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
I want to know what she's done in the past.
It affected him so much.
So disrespectful.
Okay, well, one time, Judge, I'm at work. I work maintenance 10 to 7 in the morning. So, it's like 12 o'clock, I'm at work. I call her phone. My 8-year-old daughter answers the phone. I got an 8-year-old, I got a 5-year-old, and my son is 4 months. I calls, and my daughter, I asked for her, I'm like, where your mom at? She like, mama not here. She around the corner somewhere. I'm like, she around the corner? She like, yeah, and I'm shook right now. So she called me back too, like 20 minutes later, and said, hey, honey, like wasn't nothing going on. And I'm like, where was you? She was like, I was right in the front. I'm like, well, if you was right in the front of the house,
he went to
why
work.
did you leave?
My cousin came by, and she said, hey, what you doing? I said, oh, nothing, just sitting here with the kids, not doing anything. She like, oh, well, come on outside, come sit and talk to me. So I go outside. She had her music up. We was just sitting in the car. I left my phone in there with my girls in case my son started crying or something, anything. So, I could just...
sitting in a car with music up, talking about stuff when you got kids in the house. What's up with that?
Because my son was asleep and my daughter was watching cartoons. They was just
relaxing. Babies wake up at any time.
Okay, but he was safe in his crib.
How you know? You wasn't even in there.
Because I put him in his crib. What could he do?
He's a baby.
He gonna crawl up out of the crib and start running around? No. He was laying down. My girls
we got covers and stuff to keep him warm and stuff. I catch him sometime with stuff over his face. I gotta take it off. Now, if you ain't in there to catch that, something can happen.
She was just sleeping, watching cartoons. I didn't think it was a big issue to go outside and sit and talk in the car.
She's slacking on them parenting skills. She's slacking on them parenting skills.
That's slack.
I gotta agree. And to her, well, you don't want me to have no fun. You don't want me to go. You never want me to go nowhere. She gonna pull out of that. But honestly, bro, what'd he say? The child 4 months or something like that? You gotta be careful. Anything can go wrong. Why she ain't just come in the house? Why not just come in the house? Why y'all ain't going to the living room or going? I don't get that part. I think that's suspect if you ask me. I think that's suspect. If you, so you mean to tell me your cousin called you, knowing you was home, and said, all right, well, hey, leave them in there, just come outside and talk to me. Like, you sneaking. What you sneaking for? I ain't trying to call her sneaky because I don't know her, but the moral of this interruption is being there with them children. Check on them children 24/7. That's your job. That's your responsibility. That's your job and that's your responsibility. So I ain't trying to kill your fun. I'm not trying to kill your fun. That one, to me, a little suspect.
That's pretty light.
And I'm like old school. I'm up in their butts. You know, look,
Mr. Allen, there's a whole lot going on over there. And it's not just old school. We can talk about it in a minute, but what I want to know is, she accuses you of flirting or cheating online. Is that true?
Man, okay, Judge, I do flirt. And I told her that I was gonna be doing that because I didn't want to be married no more, and I didn't care. You know, she didn't care. So it was like, okay, well, it's like, man, I'm so tired, Judge. It's like when you get so tired of the same old mess, you just don't care no more. Or the same old stuff. I'm tired of her disrespecting me, Judge. Look.
In what way? Give me some examples.
Okay, I'm the type of person. Okay, look, if we got a problem, she like to destroy stuff of ours. Me, look, I'll punch a hole in the wall or something because that's not ours. We might have to pay for it, but she like to break our stuff. She want to break our dishes. She want to break my Xbox.
Isn't that your wall?
It's not our wall. It's not my wall, but I'm going to have to pay for it, and it's probably going to be cheaper than my Xbox or my microphone or my speakers or something, and I know how to put the wall. I can do that myself. I can fix that myself.
Is this how you guys conduct business when you get angry and you're mad because she doesn't punch the appropriate thing?
I don't do that no more.
Right, that's what it is.
Is that what you're telling me?
It's not, but when you get mad and when you tired like me and you get so angry, you just get to the point. I be to the point sometimes, Judge, I want to put hands on her. That's why I want to go, because I get to the point where I want to put hands on her.
Mr. Allen.
Whoa. Disagree. You gotta go. Go. Get him out of here right now. That should never cross your that should never cross your mind. That should never cross your mind. She should never be able to get you to the point where you're ready to put your hands on her, bro. I always put that on you. I always put that on you. Her mother, her sister, her cousin, her brother, her uncle, her neighbor. Nobody should have that much control over you to get you that mad and get you that upset. Now, if you got to defend yourself. Defend yourself first. Defend yourself first. Fire off first if you're defending yourself. But when you emotional and in the heat of the argument and you fighting because of emotion, because you're emotional, nah, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. If ever it comes to the point where that should never cross your mind. It should never. That means that you gotta go to now. What she be saying at the end? This matters now. Yeah, get up out of there, bro. Get up out of there, bro. Ladies, y'all too. Fire! What about you? You heard what he said? Now, would you want to be with a person who feel like they 2 minutes away from? That's not. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Not at all.
Can I say this?
Yes, ma'am.
Man, just.
You haven't heard nothing so serious, have you?
Mr. Allen, you're hot-headed.
Yes.
And you're persistent.
Yes.
And you're like a jackhammer.
Yep.
And anything can start you. And you keep at it, and you drive deeper and deeper. All of life, all of marriage, all of relationships is about, she does something I don't like, we have to resolve it. I did something she didn't like, we have to resolve it. We can't agree on what we need to do, so we need to make some compromises. It's all about, being grown is all about not getting your way all the time, but not acting a fool because of it.
Shauna, it was an incident where he gave me some money. We got into an argument. He wanted to take the money back. I'm telling him, no, you ain't getting it. So he looking around the house for it. I need my money. I ain't finna give you none. You want to talk to me all this way. I want my stuff. So I ain't give it to him. Then he finally realized, oh, she likes to keep money in her bra. Maybe it's in her bra. So he comes like, where the money at? Trying to reach all in my bra and take the money out. I'm like, no, you ain't getting the money. I run into the bathroom, slam the door, lock it. He come, can't get in the door, busts the door open, cracks the frame part, comes in there, takes the money out of my bra. He just crazy. He blows up. Everybody controls his emotions.
Yeah.
Everybody
but him.
Everybody but him. Everybody controls his emotions.
Yeah.
Everybody
but him.
Everybody but him. Blows up. Everybody controls his emotions.
Yeah.
Everybody but him. Everybody but him. Anybody can make him tick. That dude, why you look at me? Anytime he could just get, it's like, and then he like, you don't know me by now? You don't know how I am after being with me for 13 years? No, when you're a ticking bomb, I don't know every time you're gonna blow up. It's like a landmine. It's like, be careful, don't wanna step up. It might blow him out of the water.
Mr. Allen, I believe every word she just said.
It's like,
I am serious.
I'm
And she been with me 13 years, and she should know how I am. And you been with me that long, and you don't know how I am. You ain't been paying attention.
Mr. Allen, let me say this.
Come on, it takes people millions, lots of...
We ain't talking about people. We talk about you and me.
Well, listen, I'm gonna talk about you for a minute. It is a shame that you're the same person you were 13 years ago. You know, it's just a shame. It's sad that you didn't mature or progress. It is disheartening that you haven't become a better man for your wife and your children.
I have.
No. You keep talking about know how I am as if it's an excuse to behave however badly you choose to do so.
Off of her.
Stop.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
If you know you're a hothead, then that is an obligation on your part to do better, because you have children in the house. You don't have a right to be that way. They live with a bunch of IEDs in the home, whole bunch of landmines. Don't know when they're gonna go off. They're gonna grow up skittish and scared. You know, and it's not gonna be, well, that's how my daddy was, so it's cool. That's not what they're getting. They're getting anything could happen. Somebody could look funny at daddy, and everything can explode.
Exactly.
And that's not right.
It's how long they look at me. Don't look at me longer than 5 seconds without saying hi. You know what I'm saying? Say hi if you're gonna look at me.
Mr. Allen, if you are that small that you allow 5 seconds of look to control who you are and what you do, which in turn controls what your children are raised in, what does that say about you?
And
anybody in the world can destroy your home because you're not the man at the door. Any fool, any idiot can ruin your day and your children's security because you don't have the ability to say, I'm not going to let it bother me. Yeah. How small does that make you?
And on top of that, I'm going to be 1,000, bro. All of this, we got to chill. We gotta chill, dog. I'm probably looking at you like, damn, your dad throw that together. I see the little tan going with the khaki and the khaki. Like, all right, I ain't like, boy, I thought you was bold when you came out. All right, like, all right, I see where you. That's a cool little. All right, you got a cool little fit, bro. It's not all hate, bro. It's not all hate. Everybody that look at you don't hate you. Everybody that look at you ain't against you. Everybody that look at you ain't. That's a you thing. That's a you thing. That's a you issue. Maybe you don't like yourself. Maybe you don't like yourself, but to always project that another person doesn't like you without even having a conversation, y'all let me know, please riddle me this one. How you gonna sit up here and call me a name or say that you don't, or say that you don't like me or base any form of an opinion about me, and we have never had a conversation? We have never had a conversation. I think that's, like she said, that's small, bro. That's small, bro. And again, I'm serious. We got to do a better job at that. We got to do a way better job at that. And it starts with us. It starts with us being honest with ourselves, saying, damn, I ain't got like, shit. Back to what I said in the beginning of the video. Just be cool. Be cool, bro. It don't always require, we ain't always gotta get turned up and jump into protection mode 0 to 1,000. It's a little area in life called the gray area, where most people be at most of the time. You got black and white, things that are black and white here and here, but this area right here is called the gray area, and that's where most people live. Damn, all right, well, you know, I'm upset about that, but shit, I'm tired. I ain't even gonna get into that one tonight. I'm gonna holler at her 2 days about that. Then you might think about it, things change. I'm saying all this to say, bro, we gotta do a better job at the way we're perceiving life, the way that we looking at life. Because if you look at life like everybody out to get me, everybody hate me, these the results that you get. Now, he look crazy. You look crazy like that, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. You look crazy. We got to work on that. Love on yourself. I say it again. Love on yourself. Yes. Love on yourself, bro. Whatever you like to do, because that's a you thing. That's a you thing. That person, they don't even know you. They don't even know you.
Judge, I wrote a beautiful rhyme for her. It's a beautiful rhyme, and I tried my hardest to do
Listen,
better.
I'll do anything to stop you from, So if you want to do the rhyme, go ahead.
Okay, this is my rhyme to you. It's like, let's get closer than a marriage couple could. We could be one. Take it all the way till the end, till our time's done. You my beautiful woman, and I don't want to lose your face. I'm your number one who barely made it through the maze. Wherever you go, I chase, track down, race. You know, you my number one. No way I let you get away.
Words are cheap. And rhyming them don't make them worth any more. You need to change who you... No,
Judge.
listen.
That's why we've been together so long.
Mr. Allen, you can't even contain yourself in here while I'm speaking, not to interrupt me. You don't have that much self-control.
Apologize.
I got a robe on, I got a gavel, I got a man over here with a gun, and you still cannot interrupt me. So don't tell me you have it handled. Now, Mrs. Allen, don't be drunk dancing on the furniture showing your behind. It's not good behavior. It's not things you want your children to model. You know you got a class
it was not nothing.
I understand
My
that.
baby didn't even eat
but
yet.
you were drinking, and people don't think well when they drink.
That's
you got
true.
to be sober. You got to be cool. You got to be together. You got half a fool over here. You got to have your head about you to deal with him. You need to change, Mr. Allen. Tell me about the money that you want in transitional support, Mrs. Allen.
Okay, we have phone bill. I have a phone bill. It's $180. I have our Excel Energy bill, which is like $180. I have the cable bill, which is $150. You know,
She wanted cable.
Okay,
Stop.
I wanted cable, but it's still a bill that needs to be paid at the end of the day.
Pay it then.
So you want these phone, cable, gas, electricity, and rent paid for the next 3 months?
Yes.
Which is $800 per month.
See, Your Honor, this is his thing. He wanna have the best of both worlds. He wanna have me at home doing everything that I need to do, and then he
declares, I don't want to be married, but I want all the benefits
you ain't
of marriage
leaving.
No.
so I can play around. No, that's exactly what you do.
Yes.
She do a lot of stuff too. She be trying to talk to dudes
said you
and
don't
all
wanna
that
be
stuff.
with
Then
me,
leave,
so
Mr.
you need to
Allen.
leave.
Hey, you need to go. You need to bounce. You need to go somewhere and get your head together. Your kids do not need to be around this. I think it is more than appropriate that she needs $2,400 to get it together. You kick this brother to the curb. $2,400 in favor of Ms. Allen.
Thank you.
It is so ordered.
Thank you.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.